I moved to Florida in July. I've been loving every second of it. This is everything I did during week 7 of living in Florida. The main thing I've been keeping up with is, of course, Clara Dough, my sourdough starter. She was chugging along at this point, but I continued to feed her to get her stronger so that I could eventually make bread. I also decorated our apartment for fall, even though it felt illegal because it's constantly in the 80s here in the fall. And without a crisp fall morning, I don't know if I can really count it as fall. I spent a lot of time this week working on content creation and putting out all the vlogs I've been making. It has been a lot of work, but also so fun and so rewarding. We went to Bass Pro Shops to get Charlie a new fishing pole this week. I recommended this kid's pole. He politely declined. Charlie and I have been having so many adventures since moving to Tampa, so this week we decided to go to the Florida Aquarium, which is located right here in Tampa. We loved it. We got to see all of the different animals and fish that the aquarium had to offer. Something interesting that they do there is in some of the exhibits they let birds free roam around. While this was interesting to see, I'm scared of birds, so I had to remain calm in there. I just think birds have entirely too much power, and I don't like the fact that they can poop on your head from flying over you, so I had to keep my eyes on them at all times inside of the aquarium. We moved on to some of the other exhibits and enjoyed looking at some of the creatures that needed to be kept in the dark because they're not used to sunlight being so far down in the ocean. We headed on home from there, and Charlie went fishing back at Sand Key. I skipped out on it because I had a migraine, but he brought home his first catch from that fishing spot, so that was exciting, and what we had for dinner that night. I spent a ton of time this week potting up my plants as a part of my plant chores, and then proceeded to make 3 additional cuttings of plants, even though I said I was going to stop propagating my plants and give myself a break. It was also this week where I decided this is now a Lancaster account, and I'm going to post more about my Lancaster travels. That's still on the list to be posted, but I will eventually get there. Charlie and I decided to go fishing again. We checked out Gandy Fishing Pier, which is pretty much just hanging out under a bridge. I still had fun and read my book while I was there, but I did notice a lot of trash, so I plan to bring my trash picker-upper and bucket on a future trip to try and clean up the place a little bit. Once it started to get dark, we decided it was time to go home, so we got back on the road to Tampa, and that was a great end to week 7 in Florida.